was raised on the third day, and appeared to the women, and then to Peter and 12, and then to many faithful witnesses. I believe Jesus is the Christ, the anointed one of God, the firstborn of all creation, the firstborn from the dead, in whom all things hold together, in whom the fullness of God was pleased to dwell by the power of the Spirit. Christ is the head of the body, the church, and by the blood of the cross reconciles all things to God. Amen. You may be seated. Our New Testament lesson today comes from Colossians chapter 1, verses 11 through 20. This is in your Pew Bible on page 1026, 1026. May you be made strong with all the strength that comes from his glorious power, so that you may have all endurance and patience, joyfully giving thanks to the Father, who has enabled you to share in the inheritance of the saints in the light. He has rescued us from the power of darkness and transferred us into the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. He is the image of the visible God, the firstborn of all creation. For in him all things in heaven and earth were created, all things visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or powers, all things have been created through him and for him. He himself is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, so that he might come to have first place in everything. For in him the fullness of God was pleased to dwell, and through him God was pleased to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, by making peace through the blood of his cross.
It's forward for children's time.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, David. Is anyone there? How are you all today? Oh, hey, Bryson. I didn't see you back there. Glad you're here. Today is Christ the King Sunday. So I wonder, what do you think of when you think of a king or queen? What do they do? What is that about? Rules over all the people. What were you going to say? A what? A bed? A king-size bed? That's a good one. Yeah. They do. Yeah, do they wear crowns like this? Maybe out of real gold and not this, right?
Money in my brain.
Yeah.
It's in my brain.
If Jesus is a king and we are made part of Jesus' family,
It's my brain.
you can adjust adjust these to the size of your head. If Jesus is a king and we're part of Jesus' family now, what does that make us?
Sorry, I got kind of my head.
Yeah.
My brain. You see my brain.
You can put that on your brain. That's okay. If we're part of Jesus' family and Jesus is king, what does that make us? What'd you say? Yeah, queens and kings. And you hit the nail right on the head, Alex. His servants. Jesus is the king above all kings, all power, all authority. That gives us authority because we're part of his family. But we know Jesus is the best